Hello, welcome to Hope for Flint. I'm your host, Kristen Wolosinovich, and I'm here with the very beautiful Tara Moreno, founder, executive director of Serenity House, located right here in Flint, Michigan. Hello, gorgeous.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing good. Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you here today. So do me a favor. Tell our audience and listeners a little bit about Serenity House.
So the Serenity House of Flint is a recovery community organization that advocates for people in addiction recovery, and it provides holistic options for the community.
For the city of Flint.
For the city of Flint and surrounding areas.
So how many people, do you call them patients, clients? How do you refer to them?
Clients.
Clients. How many clients are you currently servicing?
So our numbers that we have various programs that we do. So for our recovery Reiki program, for 2019, we've seen about 200 people so far with our outreach program.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep. So these are mini Reiki sessions that are provided by trained and insured Reiki practitioners.
Oh, excellent. How long have you, as Serenity House, been around Flint?
So we've been around for about 4.5 years.
4.5 years, and it's such a massive need. Especially what this community has gone through. The hope and healing has been so necessary, and I bet you're growing leaps and bounds.
We really are. We have grown exponentially over the past year. We just did a big training in Washington, D.C. With Faces and Voices for Recovery, which is a national organization that does what we do, but on a national level.
Wow. You know, regardless of what the city's gone through, as a country, as a whole, we are in the midst of an opioid crisis. And, you know, we as a society numb ourselves, to handle problems. And I think what you do is such a higher power work. It's so amazing. What a thrill for you to see people go through the program and just be like birdies out the nest. How amazing for you.
It is. It's an incredible feeling just to see people who have had no hope, on the brink of death, to come back and to be able to be a light, right? So we are a peer-run organization. So most of the people who are affiliated with us are in recovery.
Okay.
So I'm in long-term recovery.
So that was my next question. How do people find out about you? Do you have referral sources? Is it word of mouth, or is it kind of all of the above?
It's kind of all of the above. So we have a partnership with the Genesee County Prevention Coalition.
Okay.
So they know about us, and they actually have people from treatment that come in once a month, and prevention services, and everyone kind of knows each other. So this is what you do. This is what I do, and then we can refer each other to services.
Love it, because you collaborate with a lot of organizations around the city, don't you?
Yes, we do.
Do you work with Odyssey House and other recovery services?
Yeah, so I think it's important that people understand the difference between services. So we have treatment services, we have prevention services, and we have recovery support services.
So it's kind of like in three categories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we also have detox services too, which is to help people get off the drugs so that they can get treatment. And it's either inpatient treatment or outpatient treatment.
So that was my next question. So the detox services, are they from a holistic, or is there a medical? How is that handled?
They're a medical intervention. So we have Odyssey House does detox, and I think they do it like 5 days a week, and you can just walk in downtown Flint 7 days a week now. So they can walk in and they can get services right there.
Okay.
So it is a service that we needed in Flint. It's the first, I believe, detox in Flint. They used to have to ship them out to Detroit.
Well, that is the biggest fear when people are in the midst of addiction, is going through that withdrawal period of time. So the fact that Odyssey has that available 5 days a week for the walk-in, that's the biggest fear. And then once they go through the detox process, are they then referred to you? Is that kind of, walk me through it a little bit?
Well, it's an individualized issue. So not one person is alike. So some people need detox. Some people need inpatient treatment. Some people need outpatient treatment. Some people just need prevention, depending on their addictions and how addicted they are.
Okay.
So it really just all depends.
Depends. It's all just dependent on what they're individually going through, correct? Have you always known this was going to be your field? Has Serenity House been years in the making?
No.
Oh, wow.
I know. And Yeah, I was actually a reporter. So I have a master's degree in composition and rhetoric from the University of Michigan.
Wow, fancy.
I do.
I didn't know. We got VIP in the house, Zach. I knew she was pretty, but and she's smart. Raise the roof. Okay.
Yes.
So you were starting in like the journalism category, reporter. Where did you work at?
I worked for the View newspaper group.
Okay.
So yes.
I know. Yes.
Yep. And then I was doing some magazine work, as you knew about that.
Yes.
So I was going to be a journalist. That's what I was, and that's the path I was going in. And then I took a recovery coaching training at the Genesee Health Systems, and they started talking about how people were being open with their recovery. And I'm like, I cannot tell people that I'm in recovery because it's such a stigma, and I've got my life back.
And you were so afraid.
I had keys to an office. I interviewed people that were like politicians and attorneys that I had known, from those times.
And no way were they going to know.
The ones.
Did you want them to know?
No, I did not want anybody to know.
Okay. So you are speaking my love language. My mother is a retired therapist from Community Mental Health, which is now GHS. So that was like, I would travel there all the time, during summers and visit her at her office. And she's an RN registered nurse who went into the psych. She loved the, psychology side of it. So to GHS and CMH, just to categorize, have done some amazing work. So you work directly with GHS too now. Do you collaborate with them?
Yes, we do. We actually are going to go in there and provide mini Reiki sessions in August to their staff. We also have a partnership with them with our Flint Recovery Walk and Rally, which we've sponsored ever since the beginning. So they are a phenomenal resource in our community.
I'm listening to you and what you're doing and your work with these recovering addicts and what you're doing, giving them their lives back. But what I'm really hearing and love a lot is you're taking the best of Eastern medicine, the best of Western, and you're really marrying the two, aren't you?
Yep, exactly. Because it's a holistic approach, and holistic just means mind, body, and spirit. So it's whole person
That's
care.
Right. Whole mind, body, soul. So you're taking the best of Eastern, the best of Western, because a lot of times when we're out there talking, you think, listen, the Western medicine has changed and saved lives. We can't go in one way or the other. You really have to merge the two. Don't you agree?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and especially when you're dealing with mind, body, soul, and mental health, it's the stigma, taking the stigma away. Like you said, when you were in recovery, my goodness, you felt there was a microscope on you, correct? And do you feel like now you give people their lives back?
Yeah. So it's really a movement. So there are so many people like me who are doing the same thing. They're talking about their recovery openly. The biggest issue we've had as a recovery community is that we have programs that talk about anonymity, right? So we are trying to not remain anonymous.
Okay.
We want people to say, hey, we understand what it's like to be at that hopeless state. We can help you. And look what recovery looks like. You could look at me probably and say, whoa, I had no idea that.
She looks amazing.
Right. So, and there's so many of us, and they just don't talk about it.
That's right. Well, and I think too, it's also their narrative. It's their choice. And if they want to talk about it, which you welcome, it sounds like, their story is going to provide hope for someone in the trenches.
Yes, and that's what it's about. So one of the biggest ways we can heal this opioid crisis, this addiction crisis across the board, is to bring it out in the open and shed light on the shadow.
Keep talking. I hear you. I agree with you 100%. I think we are now, like you said, the movement, the shift. We are recognizing vulnerability as being okay.
Yes.
It's okay to be a human being. It's okay. And especially, this is Hope for Flint. Yeah. What that does is that hope provides healing. And once you have that awareness and you start talking about what's going on, you're going to affect, 20 people around you because they're going through the same thing, and it's all okay.
Yes.
It's all fine.
Yes, yes.
Where are you located?
So we're located at the Stockton Center. At 202 is our office location, and then we provide our services out of the parlor room. So it's 720 Ann Arbor Street,
Okay.
Flint.
Right downtown Flint. I'm going to come just to hang out with you because it sounds like an amazing program. How can people get a hold of you?
They can visit our website at www.flintserenityhouse.org.
And then again, one more time, some of the services that you provide.
So every Friday night, we offer what's called a holistic healing hour, and we
Okay.
offer aromatherapy and then a new program that I've been developing called Recovery Reiki. So for those of you who don't know, Reiki is a form of touch therapy
Okay.
that encourages the body to begin to relax so that the body can begin to heal itself.
And the body has such a major capacity to heal, doesn't it, at the cellular level?
Our bodies are so incredibly powerful. We haven't even tapped in to the power that we have in our bodies. And that includes, scientifically, our brains, right? We only use like 8% of our brains, right? So just imagine.
I use 9. Well, Zach will say I use 4. It's okay. But you're right. So it's just about education and coming in and awareness. And the Reiki, though, the Reiki side is just really magical in terms of the relaxation, calm, living your best life, mind, body, soul. Tara, you're speaking my love language. Only the beginning. Will you come back on? We want to scream about Serenity House from the mountaintops. I think what you're doing, and it's you work with your husband too, correct?
Yeah.
So it's a power couple effort.
Yes, it is. Actually, my husband is, he's an engineer, so he works as an automotive engineer. He designs factories to create stick.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a brainiac
He's
too.
a big deal. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but his pathway is emotional freedom technique.
Oh, wow.
So he is going to be here soon implementing programming for men.
So important.
Yes.
So important because we talk about men's health, mind, body, soul, but mental health. And a lot of time men don't deal with it. So for a big, strong man to come out and say, hey, here's some tools for your toolbox, that really means a lot.
Yeah. Oh, our men, it's just been ingrained in our men to not cry and to be tough, and we're not supposed to be they're not supposed to be emotional, and that has hurt our men so much.
I agree with you. Tara, Serenity House founder, executive director, please check them out. One more time, your website.
www.flintserenityhouse.org.
You definitely are hope for Flint.